Right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a new series or a mini series where we're going to be building some starter squad for the top 5 leagues. Today we're going to be starting with the Premier League and also going to be adding some women where we feel like they might be helpful in terms of building the squad for the chemistry and all that. So without any further delay, let's get to it. Right, so this is the Premier League starter squad that I came up with. So the thought process here was I was trying to keep it a bit in the medium in terms of the budget, so not too low and not too high. So we're gonna start with the goalkeeper. So obviously Alisson at the beginning of the game, in my opinion, is going to be quite expensive. But I also believe that him and Edison are probably the best goalkeepers. As you can see, he has 89 reflexes, and the positioning is very good. Handling and the kicking is also very good. So if you are lucky enough to have Ellison, then definitely put him into your starting teams. But as an alternative, you can have Edison depending on how you play. So if maybe you play more possession based, I think having a goalkeeper with very high kicking ability is also good. But if you don't have the budget for both these two goalkeepers, then Vicario actually looks very, very good. He's got 87 reflexes and 84 positioning. Handling is not too bad, and the diving is also not too bad. So yeah, you have three options: Ellison, Edison, and Vicario. Then going to our center back pairing. So obviously Konate, because his defending is actually not too bad for the start of the game. He has fairly decent pace, but most importantly is the defending, that 83 defending, and the physical as well. And then Vicario, Van der Ven, also very good defending. Not so much the physical, but the pace. He's gonna make up for the pace. So that's why I have them two in center back. And as a alternative, we also have Akanji. Very, very good defending. So maybe if you don't have either of these two, or maybe if one of them is more expensive, then you can have Akanji in your starting team. And going into our fullbacks, so we have Ben White and Cavadiol. Again, Cavadiol is also very good defending. He can also play as a center back. So again, you already have three options or more than three options for the defense basically. And he has good pace and good defending and good physical. And then Ben White, if I'm being honest, he was probably like the best option in terms of right backs in the Premier League. Okay, but as an alternative, again, you can try Diago Diallo. He's got very decent defending, but he has a lot of pace. So if you like maybe attacking fullbacks, then you can have Diallo over Ben White. But as you can see, Ben White has good passing. Has good passing, in fact, good dribbling, good defending, and good physical. So yeah, that is your defense. As you can see, it's not very bad. And going into the midfield, we have, for me, I prefer having two midfielders that are more defensive and one that's more offensive. So our first defensive midfielder is going to be Bruno Guimaraes. His defending is not too bad, but his dribbling and his passing are the reason why I have him in the starting team, and his physical, so he's going to be bossing your midfield fairly decently. And Rodriguez, I think he's going to be one of the most overpowered at the beginning because he has the intercept plus, and he has good defending and good physical and fairly decent passing. And the dribbling is there. Not so much the pace, but you don't really need that much pace in your midfield. And then Alatun. Okay, yeah, Alatun, for me, the first woman, obviously. She got good dribbling, good, not so much the physical, but she's going to be more of an offensive midfielder. So she's going to be helping up in front. She has 5-star skill moves and she has 81 pace. So I think she'll be good. But we also have some alternatives for the midfield. So for our attacking midfielder, we have her. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Marcario. She has 83 pace, 82 shooting, 80 passing, 87 dribbling, 57 defending, and 72 physical. Very good. Although she's 4-star skill move, hence why I started Elatun, but I also think she can be a better alternative along with Soboslai. Also very good dribbling, good passing, and good shooting and decent pace. Also 4-star skill move. And then for these two, our defensive midfielders, we have Lia Valti. So I think outside of her, like people like who's this? Uh Thomas Partey, I forgot their name. Okay, Jorginho and all of them. They are good, but their pace and their passing for me was not very convincing. So she seems like a very good defensive midfielder in that sense because of her stats. She doesn't have that much in terms of shooting, but everything else is very good. So don't sleep on her. And Tonale, in my opinion, he's not in the starting squad because I know for a fact he's going to be expensive, but he does deserve a bit of a shout. So you can see his stats also very good. So yeah, that's our midfield. And then going up front, Murieke, Trossard, and Joao Felix. So for me, with Joao Felix, he's gonna be somewhat cheap, as is always cheap in the starting of the game. He has 5-star skill move, fairly decent pace, not so much the shooting, but he's a winger, so we don't need him to shoot as much. But his shooting will still be good enough, and the dribbling is good. But the most important thing is going to be the 5-star skill move to help you create more chances for your striker, who is going to be Trossard. Now, this year, I think this might be actually one of the most nice strikers in the Premier League. He's also very balanced. So he's got decent pace, decent shooting, decent dribbling, and decent passing ability. That's why I'm starting in my team. But also players like Isak, they're going to be expensive this year. So hence why he'll be very good in your starting team. For our right winger, Murieke, I was just looking at the pace here. The passing is okay, dribbling is very good, but the most important is the pace. So one is going to be our 5-star skill move, who's going to be creating chances, and one is going to be the pace merchant. So if you just want someone who's going to be running fast into the defense, Murieke is good for that. And our so alternative for Murieke will be Nikita Paris. She's also 4-star skill move. She also has very good pace. She can also play as a striker, so you can use her there. And then Cody Gakpo for Trossard is also very good as an alternative. So he's got good shooting, good passing. I mean, good pace, good shooting, and decent passing, and the dribbling is very good as well. So yeah, we have alternative for those two positions. And lastly, we have Harvey Barnes for the right wing. So for Joao Felix, the pace is good, the passing, the shooting, yeah, it's got decent stats. So if maybe you don't like Joao Felix, you can just have Harvey Barnes as your starting squad. So yeah, I think this is all the Premier League guys, or the Premier League starting team that I came up with for you guys as a suggestion to help you build up your teams. So I hope this video was useful, and I'll leave a link to this squad so you can use it as a reference. So yeah, that'll be all for today's video, and peace.